Hey everyone, I've got a brilliant video for you today. We're going deep into the world of Rubik's Cubes. We're not just learning how to solve it, we're learning how to solve it so fast your friends will think you're a genius. I've got seven amazing tips to take you from fumbling with the cube to showing off at your next party. We'll go through each tip step by step, so even if you've never solved a Rubik's Cube before, you can follow along. But listen closely and stay with me until the very end. The last tip is a real game changer. It's going to amaze you. Ready? Let's go. Okay, first things first, we've got to start with the basics. The Rubik's Cube can seem like an intimidating puzzle, but breaking it down into manageable steps makes it much more approachable. The cross is the starting point for solving any Rubik's Cube. It's the foundation upon which the rest of the solution is built. Without a solid cross, the subsequent steps become much more difficult. Now, this might look tricky at first, but honestly, it's easier than it looks. The key is to stay patient and methodical. Each move you make should be deliberate and thought out. See this pattern? We want to get all the same colored pieces to make a cross on one side of the cube. This means aligning the edge pieces with the centerpiece of the same color. The trick is to find pieces that already have the color you want facing up, then use some turns to put them in place. Sometimes you might need to move pieces out of the way temporarily to get them where they need to be. Don't worry about the other pieces right now. Just focus on making that cross perfect. It's easy to get distracted by the other colors and pieces, but remember, one step at a time. It's all about breaking the solve down into small, easy steps. Each turn you make should bring you closer to completing the cross. Think of it as laying the groundwork for the rest of the solve. Here's a helpful tip. Try to remember the moves you're making. This will help you understand the mechanics of the cube and make it easier to solve in the future. This will help you see patterns and work out your own ways to solve it. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more intuitive the moves will become. The more you practice making the cross, the quicker and easier it will get. You'll start to recognize common patterns and develop muscle memory for the moves. Once you've cracked the cross, you're on your way to becoming a Rubik's Cube master. This is a significant milestone in your solving journey, but we're just getting started. There are many more steps and techniques to learn, each building on the last. Stick around, it's going to get even more interesting. We'll dive into more advanced strategies and tips to help you solve the Rubik's Cube faster and more efficiently. Right, now that we've cracked the cross, let's dive deeper into the fascinating world of the Rubik's Cube. The cross is just the beginning, a foundation upon which we build our entire solution. It's like laying the groundwork for a masterpiece. Now it's time to move on to the first two layers. This is where the real magic starts to happen. The first two layers are crucial because they set the stage for solving the entire cube. This is where things start to get really satisfying. As you see the pieces fall into place, there's a sense of accomplishment that comes with each successful move. It's like watching a puzzle come to life in your hand. We want to solve the first two layers of the cube together. This means aligning the edge and corner pieces of the first two layers so that they match the colors of the center pieces. This might sound complicated, but with a few simple algorithms, it's easy. Algorithms are sequences of moves that, when executed correctly, will position the pieces exactly where they need to be. An algorithm is just a set of moves that gives you the result you want. Think of it as a recipe. Follow the steps, and you'll get the desired outcome. There are loads of different algorithms, but we'll use a couple of easy ones to get you started. These beginner-friendly algorithms are designed to be simple yet effective, helping you build confidence as you progress. The important thing is to find the pieces that need to be moved and then do the algorithm correctly. Pay close attention to the colors and positions of the pieces. It's like a puzzle inside a puzzle. Each move you make is a step closer to solving the entire cube. The challenge is to keep track of your moves and understand how they affect the overall puzzle. Remember to keep track of your moves and don't be afraid to try things out. Experimentation is key to understanding how the algorithms work. You might even find your own algorithms. As you become more familiar with the cube, you'll start to see patterns and develop your own strategies. Once you've mastered the first two layers, you'll be amazed at how far you've come. It's a significant milestone in your Rubik's Cube journey, and it sets you up for tackling the final layer. But we're not finished yet. The top layer still awaits, and it presents its own set of challenges and rewards. We've still got more of the cube to solve. Each step brings us closer to the ultimate goal of a fully solved Rubik's Cube, so get ready for the next tip. Stay tuned as we continue our journey to conquer the Rubik's Cube one layer at a time. We're not quite finished yet. We've still got a few more tricks. One wrong twist and you'll have to start again. But with a bit of practice and a lot of patience, you'll have those top layer edges looking perfect in no time. Okay, we're on the final stretch. We've solved the top face and edges, so all that's left are those tricky top layer corners. We want to get all the corner pieces in the right place and facing the right way. This is where things can get a little mind-boggling, but trust me, it's the last hurdle. We'll use algorithms and something called conjugates to twist and swap those corner pieces without messing up the rest of the cube. It's like doing magic on a Rubik's Cube. Remember to picture the moves before you do them, and don't be afraid to try things out. Sometimes the solution is just one twist away. Once you see all those corner pieces in place, you'll know you've officially cracked the Rubik's Cube. Get ready because things are about to get super cool. We're diving into the final frontier of the Rubik's Cube, the last layer. This is where all your hard work and practice come together in a spectacular display of skill and precision. We've mastered the individual layers, and now it's time to unleash the real power of the Rubik's Cube by solving that final layer with style. This is the moment where you transform from a novice to a true Rubik's Cube master. The final layer is not just about solving, it's about solving with flair and confidence. This is where we use everything we've learned. Algorithms, pattern spotting, and a bit of Rubik's magic to solve the remaining pieces all at once. Imagine the satisfaction of seeing those last pieces click into place, knowing that you have conquered one of the most challenging puzzles out there. It's all about seeing patterns, planning moves, and doing them perfectly. Each twist and turn is a step closer to victory. You'll need to be patient and precise, but the reward is worth it. The final layer is like a dance where every move is choreographed to perfection. It's like conducting an orchestra of colors and turns. Each algorithm is a note and your hands are the conductors, bringing everything together in harmony. The feeling of completing the final layer is unparalleled, a true testament to your dedication and skill. And the best part, once you've mastered this final layer technique, you'll be able to solve the Rubik's Cube so smoothly that everyone will be amazed. But wait, there's more. The journey doesn't end here. There's always a new challenge, a new pattern to master, and new techniques to learn. We've got one last tip that's going to amaze you and take your Rubik's Cube skills to a whole new level. Stay tuned, because the world of the Rubik's Cube is vast and full of endless possibilities. Your journey to becoming a Rubik's Cube legend is just beginning. Okay, you've made it this far, you've conquered the cube, now it's time to unleash your inner Speedcuber. This is where things get crazy. We're talking about taking seconds, even milliseconds, off your solving time. This is where dedication and practice really matter. We're going to look at advanced techniques like F2L, that's first two layers, and PLL, permutation of the last layer. These methods are all about being efficient and making as few moves as possible. It takes time and dedication, but with enough practice you can be solving cubes incredibly fast, and who knows, maybe you'll even be competing in competitions and breaking world records. And There you have it. 7 amazing Rubik's Cube tips that'll have you impressing everyone in no time. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep those cubes turning and those algorithms going. And if you really want to get amazing at the Rubik's Cube, check out the links below. I've got loads of helpful stuff down there that'll help you become a true Rubik's Cube master. So go out there, have fun, and remember, anyone can solve a Rubik's Cube with a bit of patience and lots of determination. See you next time.